Now, I guess let's talk a little bit about 9-inch, the sack and stuff like that. Were people who sacked for 9-inch, did they get two? Did they get two types of did they get tokens on Ethereum and on Pulse Chain, or did they just get it on
Yep.
Pulse Chain?
No. They got it on Ethereum and Pulse Chain. So the whole idea with the sack was if I even rewind a little bit before the sack is
Okay.
We had this idea for doing a DEX yield farm, and originally, obviously, Poor Pleb was on Ethereum before Pulse Chain launched. This was all before Pulse Chain launched that we kind of came up with the idea.
Right.
We wasn't sure if Pulse Chain would have launched by the time that we decided to put ours out. The idea is that there wasn't really like a meme-centric DEX or yield farm on Ethereum even, let alone Pulse Chain. Definitely wouldn't be there. So we originally were just going to launch on Ethereum, and then as soon as Pulse Chain happens, we would just get the insta copy over and then participate over there as well. So yeah, both Ethereum and Pulse Chain, and the kind of price that we did it at was, I say price, it was a sacrifice, but the amount of points that you would get, you would only have to pay 85 cents on the first like 10 days to get the same rate that you would have done on the Pulse X sacrifice. But you're getting it on two chains. And I'm happy that like when I look at these prices, like we're even just on Pulse Chain, we're worth 3x what Pulse X is already.
Right.
And then you got the Ethereum side as well. So actually, I know it's only been a day or two, but we are actually killing it versus Pulse X. The issue, and it's not really like that we're trying to like shit on Pulse X in any way or anything like that. It's just that we think that we are a superior product. Because if you go and use the DApp, it is a superior product in every way. We've got limit orders on there. We've got all these. We just wanted to make it better because we've seen the Pulse X testnet and it was okay, but there was a few things missing from there. And we thought that maybe Richard's going to add them in time or whatever. But like right now, they don't exist. And we didn't know how much of that he was going to change before he actually launched.
Now, how much, because we had talked a little bit about this in private and stuff, like how much of this do you think is because he's kind of tied up with the all SEC stuff versus like he's got a tippy toe a little bit? Like, I mean, a part of me does think that a bit, but it'd be interesting because like, I mean, I've kind of speculated that like with you guys, like you guys might give him the big kick in the ass to do some upgrades fucking finally on this.
I think we will, yeah. I don't think he'll be able to ignore us, man. Like if we start eating his lunch, he's gonna have to, sort this out. I think like certainly a portion of it is because of the SEC thing, but he was tweeting that Pulse X has been a finished product for like a year earlier on at the beginning of this year, a finished product. And me and my team like read this and we were like, is it though? Is it actually finished? Because like it's pretty minimal. There's not much going on here. But I think that was just at the back of his, he wasn't thinking about it. He thought it was done. Perhaps Richard, he is the fucking God founder, right? Like he's a really, really smart guy. But if he doesn't know what yield farming really is, because maybe he didn't participate. I mean, the real yield farming happened on BSC, right? With PancakeSwap. That was like the first time it really happened. I don't think Richard was participating in that, so we might not really understand how it all works. But obviously he's cloned PancakeSwap for Pulse X, but he hasn't added all the features and he hasn't really like, I think honestly, like his effort level on Pulse X was like 1% of what he was thinking about when he was developing Pulse Chain in total, because he thought that was like a easy part to do with it, which we thought it would be easy as well, but it isn't, man. If you want to get everything right, I mean, we still haven't got everything right on the front end yet. There's still like RPC issues, a couple of little bits and bobs that we need to sort out, but like generally it's pretty much working. It's like 95% working now. Certainly all the code is working and all the main features you need on the front end. The only things that aren't showing are like some of the APRs and a few other little things, but that's literally just issues with RPC. Yeah, I would say it was like, I do definitely think that Richard just didn't like pay him enough attention to the Pulse X side of things. Like, and that isn't me hating. It's just that like he thought it was covered, and it was only later after he launched it that he realized that, oh shit, we got some problems here. We need to sort out, because he had the V1, V2, things like that. And I think it was just more of an afterthought. Like his concern was getting the chain right and making sure all of that works correctly.
I do think Richard knows how to yield farm. I do think, because I'm
you
fairly
spent some time with him, right? So
yeah, he knows how to yield farm. He understands LPing extremely well down to the math. Like,
Yeah.
He does, but more than likely, probably what preoccupy. Now, I'm not speaking for him, but it's just like my hypothesis on it probably is like he got tied up with fuck Ethereum. I think he did get caught. He got caught off guard on this, that Ethereum actually launched Ethereum 2.0. Fuck, and then we had
that threw him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that threw him for a loop, and he was like, "Fuck," and then he had to re-update everything else with that.